class. I welcome you all to our first session of our virtual learning. As you all know, we are not in normal times, and I hope you are keeping safe. I'm going to be taking you through your English lessons. Yes, I know you'd have loved to see Mr. Samuel Cranton here, but unfortunately, he is not here with us. So I will be taking you through your English lessons. Before we proceed to our lesson today, I would like you to watch a short video on the safety protocols of COVID-19. I will be right back. Welcome back. Before we move on to our today's lesson, I'm going to teach you a song. Now pay attention to the song and perform the actions as I sing. I'm sure you know the song. It goes like this. When I wake up in the morning, I wash my face, wash my face. I brush my teeth, brush my teeth. I take my bath, take my bath. I rush to school, rush to school. I wash, I brush, I bath, and I rush. Wash, brush, bath, and rush. Good. I hope you got it. Now, what are some of the actions that were performed in the song? Good. We had wash, brush, bath, rush. Good. These are the words or the actions that were performed in the song. Now, as we all know, one of the things that we are told to do during this COVID-19 is to what? Wash our hands regularly under running water with soap. I hope you've been doing that. Very good. Now, let's go back to the actions or the words that we mentioned earlier on. Wash, brush, bath, and rush. Which part of speech do these words belong to? I know Mr. Samuel has taught you part of speech. Good. So these words belong to the part of speech known as what? Verbs. I hope you had it. Now when we say verb, what is a verb? Okay, a verb is a doing word or an action word. A verb is a doing word or an action word. So whenever that word is used, it denotes what? An action. It shows what? An action or someone doing something. Very good. So today we are going to look at something about verbs. We are going to look at regular verbs. Say it after me. Regular verbs. Good. Now when we say regular verbs, what are we talking about? What are regular verbs? Does any of you have an idea? Okay. Regular verbs are verbs that form their simple past tense by adding ed to them. I will take it again. Regular verbs are verbs that form their simple past tense by adding ed to them. So when you are forming the past tense of those verbs, you add ed to them. Let's go back to the words we mentioned above. We had a word like wash, brush, bath, rash. Now, what is going to be the past tense of wash? Good. Washed. What did we add to it to make it past tense? We added ed. So the past tense of wash is what? Washed. Let's take the verb like brush. What is going to be the past tense of brush? The past tense of brush is what? Brushed. What did we add to it to get the past tense? We added ed. So the past tense of brush is what? Brushed. Let's look at the next one. Bath. What is going to be the past tense of bath? The past tense of bath is what? Bathed. We can see that we added ed to this one also to get what? The past tense. The last one is what? Rash. And the past tense is going to be what? Rashed. So we see that in all the words that we mentioned above, we are adding ed to them to get their what? Past tense. So when we talk about regular verbs, they are once again those verbs that form their simple past tense by adding what? Ed to them. Now let me ask you, what did you do this morning when you woke up? I'm sure somebody went to what? Fetch water. So how did you say it? I fetched water. So the past tense of the verb fetch is what? Fetched. Someone also tell me, I washed my clothes. So the past tense over there, or the past tense of the verb over there is what? Washed. I cleaned the house. I'm sure most of you did that this morning. Good. The past tense over there is what? Cleaned. So we can see that in all the verbs that we have mentioned, we are adding ed to them to form their simple past tense. So these verbs are known as what? Regular verbs. Now I'm going to display some pictures on your screen. Watch them and tell me the actions that are being performed there. Good. So in the first picture, we can see a boy jumping. Now we are going to take the verb jump. What is the past tense of the verb jump? Jumped. Good. So we added ed to it. The second one is what? A woman cooking. What is going to be the past tense of the verb cook? Cooked. Good. That one too, we added what? Ed to it. We see a boy ironing. What is the past tense of iron? Ironed. The girl is what? Laughing. So the past tense of the verb laugh is what? Laughed. Good. And the last picture, what is the man doing? He is what? Painting. So the past tense of the verb paint is what? Painted. We also added an ed to it to get the past tense. Good. So I'm going to display some words on the screen. Form the past tense of those verbs. You are going to have 10 of them. Form the simple past tense of those verbs. I hope you understand it. Good. So let's look at what we did today. What did we learn today? We learned about what? Regular verbs. And what did we say regular verbs are? Regular verbs are verbs that form their simple past tense by adding ed to them. Good. I hope whenever you see regular verbs in a sentence, you'll be able to make them out. And so, until we meet next time, make sure you keep safe. Bye.